everyone.
Hello, I'm Everest Tall.
And I'm Mike Rusnak, and welcome to Big Apple Mountain Tarot. And we're here looking forward to the new moon solar eclipse in Scorpio.
Meow.
I know, on October 25th, and it'll be at 4:49 a.m. Mountain Time. 11:49 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time. And this is a Scorpio.
Scorpio, how you feeling, Mike?
I feel like I better fall in love with the grotesque nature of life and death really quick. Otherwise, I will not be at peace.
Right.
Yeah, that's really what this new moon is about. It's seeds of intention.
The seeds of intention.
But it's really, first of all, I'm fascinated with just the way that plans happen.
Yes. Your
sister is a Scorpio.
A big Scorpio.
She's been here, and I'm a fixed sign. I'm a Leo. You're a Aquarius, right?
You've got a Scorpio moon.
I have a Scorpio moon. It's raging lately. and Heather's here, and the day that she leaves is the 25th, and that day a Taurus shows up.
That's the new moon, and we have a Taurus showing up. So
a Taurus visitor, and that visitor will be with us right between the eclipses. So I'm just kind of scratching my head going, this is crazy, that we're feeling through all this
the synchronicities,
heavy fixed energy energy.
So the Scorpio and Taurus are opposite each other
on the axis.
Taurus is all about mind, like ownership, pleasure. It's a fixed earth sign. It represents the throat and the body. So
security, stability, right? Yeah, Aries is self and expression, and then the next sign, Taurus, stability, sensuality, luxuries, what's mine. Scorpio at the other end of the axis is about transforming that, like taking those ideas and transforming it into like a Ponzi scheme. Like, how could I turn this into value systems for everybody?
It's about others. So it's like other money, money through trade. It's about sex and death and rejuvenation, rebirth, excrement.
Dark secrets.
What happens, downstairs. So it's a real, interesting kind of meaty thing to be talking about.
A very, all or nothing energy, Yeah.
And then to make things even more interesting, where are the north and south nodes? Where's our karma points?
Our north node is in Taurus.
Yes. And
our south node is in Scorpio. So this is like a double Scorpio energy that we're wading into.
Right.
Let's talk about the triple conjunction. Sun, Moon, Venus. They will be at 2 degrees Scorpio. Venus is the planet of Taurus, but it's in Scorpio. And it's symbolizing our desires, right? And our heart.
Yes.
Love. Pleasures.
Yes.
This is what we're desiring, but it will be squaring to Pluto. Pluto in Capricorn.
Yeah, which rules Scorpio.
Yeah.
And is in this really interesting place, to say the least. Pluto's been grinding its way through
its final degrees of Capricorn.
Which represents the government.
The government, right.
The midterms are coming up, of course. We know that.
Well, there's our...
What was that? Oh, we got spirits.
Yeah. So the eclipse on the 25th will be followed 2 weeks later by a lunar eclipse in Taurus.
Yes.
Which happens to be election day. So at the time of this new moon, Venus will be conjunct with the sun and the moon at 2 degrees Scorpio.
Yes.
Venus, the planet of Taurus and Libra.
Love, beauty,
sensuality, romance, security, luxuries, art. Yes, beauty. It's reminding us to clarify our values and to make love. Live with sensuality. Live from your heart. The issue, though, is that it will be squaring to Pluto. But moreover, the Sun, Moon, Venus will be in conjunct to Jupiter. And Jupiter this in conjunction, this is something new. Let me just back up.
Now, how would you describe that angle?
150 degrees.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not quite a square. It's not quite an opposition, but it's an unfavorable angle.
Yes.
And Jupiter is an expansive planet.
Yeah.
So we might have a lot of desire on the day of the eclipse here, desire for this new moon and just to plant seeds of intention, but we might feel a lot of uncertainty about it.
Right.
What we're hoping for is not quite what we're presented with.
Right. Well, it's not easy. The path isn't easy to see because, you've got like Venus in Scorpio, so it's opposite of its ruling planet. So there's this like real like opposition. And then we have Uranus in Taurus. Uranus is not a very comfortable sign for Taurus. Taurus is a fixed sign, fixed earth. Uranus is this electric air, futuristic space.
Planet of surprise, lightning fast revelations.
Yeah, lightning fast
like
information.
Eureka moments.
Eureka
moments, right.
So it's not clear.
Yeah, and it's not quite clear when something will be revealed to us either, because the energy of an eclipse can happen a month before or up to 6 months after, and we have an eclipse this week coming up and then 2 weeks later. So, needless to say, it'll just be along that axis of Scorpio and Taurus. But what we could be looking for is ways to release toxicity in our life. Toxicity relating to food, the way we take in food.
Yeah.
Drugs.
Yeah. Well, it's got this karmic thing to it with the North-South node.
Yes.
So you can't really escape the purge. But it's going to be...
It could also be the way we take in information. Our phones. Social media. Which is, we were talking about this.
Well, this is a big conversation we're having about like social media, about television, about advertisement.
About how it plays with our dopamine levels.
Yeah.
Because the way we scroll, we react... We
the trigger points, the adrenaline trip. I feel like I've been on an adrenaline trip since 2001, since the World Trade Center.
Well, surprise, you have.
I know, and it's like a programmed adrenaline drip to get me to spend money.
And it's a time to release toxicity.
Right.
It's time to put these behaviors down, but really to do it with baby steps and really ask for the help and really to think about it.
All right, Mike, I'm a little confused about, well, I don't know. I just want a little more information about this Jupiter in conjunction to, is it the sun, moon, Venus?
Moon, and Venus, yeah. At the time of this eclipse, Jupiter will be at 0 degrees Aries in retrograde. 0 degrees. This is on the world stage.
Got it. This is the world axis.
Yes. It's 0 degrees of the cardinal signs. Yeah.
Because of the spring equinox.
But then Jupiter, so at the time of the eclipse, we will have this expansive feeling of uncertainty. We have our desires and our intentions when we're setting our new intentions for this new moon.
Yeah.
But there will be a feeling of uncertainty about the outcome.
Got it.
Right.
An expansive uncertainty.
Yeah. And it won't last too long because Jupiter is retrograde, so it will pass on the 28th. It'll move into Pisces.
Okay.
And if we could go back to April,
so that Jupiter Pisces energy that had me like in the mud.
It's very muddy, but it's a very empathetic energy.
It is.
And it's very psychic, and we're all connected. And it will remind us to lead with our heart and to drop into our heart and to move with compassion.
Always the best advice.
Also, Mars will be in conjunction with Pluto.
Okay.
All right. And Mars is going to be in the sign of Gemini until March 23rd.
Both are rulers of Scorpio.
Yes.
So there's like this like really compounded Scorpio energy that is inescapable.
But I like to think of Mars as the individual.
Right.
Because it's quicker.
Yes.
So Mars could represent us, and in the sign of Gemini, we're flipping back and forth. It's pouring a tremendous amount of mental energy into our heads, and we're able to flip our perspective. But there's going to be this frustration, this inconjunction to Pluto and Capricorn.
Yes.
Because Pluto is a very slow-moving outer planet, and it's generational. And it represents, governments, dark secrets in governments. That's Capricorn. Dark secrets.
Dark secrets are coming up.
No kidding.
No kidding. No kidding. Hi. Welcome to court.
But to just boil it all down, to boil down the energy of this eclipse, it's to look for clues about toxicity in our lives and what really needs to be let go.
Right. We're in a new place, globally, spiritually, much more advanced. We've gone through a lot of things.
We've lived with this fixed sign energy, this square with Saturn in Aquarius and Uranus
for like 3 years almost
in Taurus.
Yeah. We've been through the pandemic. Now we're in this like new post-pandemic strange
square
space.
Is happily opening up now.
Right.
Yeah.
And, Scorpio, digestion and processing of nutrients and toxicity and rebirth and, where
the
can
rebirth, the death doesn't happen just like that. It's not going to be a complete collapse. And this new order has been being reborn as we go.
Yeah.
Pam Gregory uses the analogy of living in a house that you're renovating. And I love that. I was like, oh, right, that's how it is. It's not all rubble. We're building a new house as we're taking apart an old house.
Right. Yeah. And if you live in an old house or just a regular house, you know what it's like. Things are needing repair and renovation in a constant state.
Well, yeah, I know.
But so we got
this morning our lights flashed and I flew off the handle and it had nothing to do with our wiring.
No, it had nothing to do with the wiring or the new electrician. Yeah. But so so we got Taurus and Uranus happening, and I was thinking about this kind of group futurism as so there's the North Node is our karmic point of where we are going to
for the next
2 years,
8 months.
Yeah, but it's still kind of it's a
Yeah.
process, and we're grinding through, and it's developing it all. But so we got the North Node, and we got Uranus conjunct. We got this futuristic people group, electric innovation, scientific in Taurus, which is a very kind of conservative.
Our values, our structure, our food supply. And Uranus is just surprise. We could do it this way. Surprise. We don't need to go through the steps the way we did in the past.
Yeah.
Surprise. There is a easier, softer way. Surprise. We can throw this out the window.
Or we can figure out a new way of doing it.
We could, surprise, we could get something other than a whiteboard.
Yeah, surprise. We could get, we will.
I think so.
But so we've got this group movement, this futuristic group movement. And then in Scorpio, there's this past release of karma. And I was kind of thinking about, I was talking to my therapist this morning, about how the group and our individual affect each other. And the one thing that would be a healthy thing to process and move through is how one isolates oneself. And I think a lot of this nonsense with the problems we have with the advertisements and the social media is that it's this isolating factor. And that's one of the issues, because we can't see each other, and we're just kind of making up narratives about what the other is thinking. And all of a sudden we're all communists and Nazis. And that's just a 20th century, what the heck? That's 100-year-old words.
Those are ancient dog whistles.
They're ancient dog whistles that nobody can hear anymore.
Yes. Well, that being said, Mars and Gemini is squaring Jupiter, and Jupiter is expanding that feeling of Martian energy. And the more we think, the stranger we're going to feel. The more we're spinning our wheels. We're actually isolating in our minds by doing that if we're overthinking.
And where's the Leo's advice?
Go with the heart.
Go with the heart.
The heart is
the heart.
The heart is the smaller but better brain.
Well, it might be
I'll leave you with that.
Yeah, we'll leave you with that.
Yeah. And just to say that the lunar eclipse coming up might be more of a jar, because it will involve Uranus in Taurus.
Yeah, and there's also like a financial. The Scorpio Taurus is a big financial thing. So
we're looking at government secrets,
yeah,
financial structures that didn't quite work. I'm talking about cryptocurrency.
And God knows I'm not anyone to talk about money because I'm like it's a mess. But yeah, like look out and expect some turbulence with the finances as things are kind of regenerating.
But just as I said in the last 2 videos, don't react out of fear. No. Don't pour the fear back into the collective.
Right.
Try to just go with your heart, react with love. Try to increase your sense of play. Yeah. Scorpio is a dark energy.
But it's wonderful.
It's fun.
No, it's great.
It's a lot of fun.
No, if you ease into it and you kind of are like, all right,
sure, but it really does rake you over the coals if you
let it.
Well, a lot of people just let it.
Right. Blah, 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 blah.
Well, why don't we pull some cards?
Oh, hey, let's pull some cards. We're going to do something different.
In a different way.